guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Alyssa and I build Lego sets as well as film lifestyle type videos. So today's gonna be a styling video of my extensions. I did heatless waves on my extensions and slept with them overnight, and so I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how I did that. Before I get started, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to leave any comments you have for me down below. So with that, I'm just gonna kind of get started. Okay, so I started off by splitting my hair into 4 different sections, and I do a zigzag part going down the back part. So I'm just gonna kind of do that first. And I'm just gonna use my fingers and just kind of try to make a zigzag pattern all the way to the back. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just kind of making a irregular part so when you take them out the next day, all your hair blends a little bit better and it doesn't have this like weird parting and everything. So I'll flip around and show you what it looks like from the back. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of tie one side out of the way so that our part stays in the back pretty well. Okay. Now I need to part this side in half again, and I'm just gonna kind of go right underneath my first row of extensions that I have. So this is the first one, and then I have the second one right here. So I'm just gonna kind of pull the first one up and go all the way down. Doesn't have to be super exact, we're just kind of trying to split it in half. So I've got that section, and I'm just going to kind of tie the top part out of the way. Okay, and so now we're left with the bottom. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some of this leave-in conditioner stuff in my hair, and then I'm going to run a little bit of this oil in. Get this in frame, and then I'm just going to start braiding. I'm not trying to soak my hair, I'm just kind of trying to get it damp so that it holds somewhat of a wave in it. And try to do it as evenly as possible so it's not like soaking wet in one spot. And then I'm just going to do like a little pump of this, and then I'll just kind of run my hands through that. Okay, and now for the braiding part. So I'm gonna do, I believe it's called a Dutch braid, and we're gonna do that with all 4 sections. So you take your 3 and you are trying to braid under, and that's what is a Dutch braid. And then as you keep braiding, you'll just add hair into the underneath, and then just kind of keep going all the way down. Make sure to not like pull too tight, otherwise you're gonna have really tight waves. I like to have them a little looser, so I just braid a little looser, I guess. And it doesn't have to be perfect, we're just kind of trying to create some sort of wave in the hair. And then once you can't add any more hair in, you're just going to braid it all the way down. And then I'm just going to take one of these little rubber bands and tie it at the end. And you're basically just going to repeat this process on all the rest of them, so I'll just kind of keep going. and then we're gonna do the same thing to this side. One more to do. Okay, so this is what they look like when they're done. I'll kind of turn around so you can see the back a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this air dry foam. It's kind of like a mousse, but it's like a little bit, it's a little different. You could use a mousse if you wanted to, but I'll take 2 pumps of this. And then just kind of like put my hands on the braids and okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and sleep in these. You could also use a hair dryer and just kind of like dry it a little bit. It's not super wet, so it's just like kind of damp. I'm gonna be back when they're completely dry and it's the next morning, and I'll take them out with you and kind of like show you what they look like when they're all like wavy. Okay, so it's now the next morning and I'm just going to take all the braids out. They kind of lasted pretty well, so. See, because our hair wasn't super wet, it's more like waves than like curly, like it's very loose. Okay, and then we're gonna fix our part, so it's all zigzaggy. I like to have mine straight down the middle, so I'm just gonna try to do my best to have it like that. Okay. And I like to do like a half up, half down, especially when I'm like wearing extensions, so. Just kind of like a loose little bun in the back, and then kind of like cover up the tracks a little bit. And that's kind of how it turns out. I feel like braids are such an easy way to just get like natural wave in your hair without having to use heat. So yeah, that's just gonna kind of be it for this video. Before I sign off, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to make sure you're updated on all my future videos. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video.